The train moved off slowly, with a faint screech, as if reluctant to leave the station behind. Outside, the city lights started to drift away, swallowed by the dark. Our compartment felt oddly cozy, the soft glow of the lamp, the rhythmic clatter of wheels, and him, the person sitting opposite me, suddenly feeling too close, too real. We didn't talk at first. I stared out the window, pretending to be lost in thought, but I could feel his gaze. Not just see it, feel it on my skin. Focused, quiet, almost searching. The air felt heavy, filled with something unspoken. I was exhausted. The day had been long, the morning started with an argument, and the evening brought only silence. All I wanted was sleep. But something kept me alert. He wasn't saying a word, yet he didn't feel distant. The space between us shrank with every second, and I wasn't sure why. That made my heart beat faster. Each movement felt slowed down. Even the sound of my breath seemed louder. Then he offered me a blanket, without a word. His hand brushed mine. I didn't flinch. Didn't move away. I looked at him. And in that glance, something subtle but undeniable shifted between us. It wasn't about words or actions. It was just, in the air. I knew this night would be long. Not because I couldn't sleep, but because I wouldn't be able to stop thinking. I'll take a brief pause here. Tell me in the comments, where are you listening from? Have you ever experienced something similar? Or maybe just felt someone getting closer than they should? And don't forget to subscribe, there's still so much ahead. I'm continuing now. I don't remember who started talking. Maybe it was him. Maybe I just couldn't bear the silence anymore. We spoke about little things, the view from the window, childhood movies, the odd music echoing faintly from the next car. He was different than I imagined. Calm. Sharp. And dangerously observant. Then something shifted. Our conversation grew deeper, dreams, disappointments, things you don't usually say out loud. He didn't talk much, but when he listened, it was as if my words were the only ones that mattered. His silence was warm. His gaze almost protective. And I found myself wanting to keep talking. To stay in that strange, quiet bubble we had created. I'm married. I love my husband. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just used to him. Those questions started floating in my mind like dust in the sunlight. Why now? Why here? I wasn't searching for anything. I hadn't planned this. But with every minute, I felt that invisible line between us getting thinner, that line between what's right and what's not. Then his hand touched mine. Barely. Softly. And I didn't pull away. The world paused. Nothing was said, but something had changed. It wasn't just a touch. It was the moment that split the journey in two. We weren't where we started anymore. Morning came too soon. I woke up as the train slowed down before a stop. The compartment felt colder, emptier. He was gone. On the opposite seat, the blanket, neatly folded. Nothing else. No note, no sign he'd even been there. For a moment, I truly wondered if I had imagined everything. I reached for my phone. Several missed calls from my husband. And one message. Sent about an hour earlier. There was just one photo. A screenshot from a security camera. In the frame, me, boarding the train. Next to me, a man. But not my son. Not the man I thought I was with. My heart skipped. Or maybe stopped altogether. I looked at the face in the photo, and it wasn't the same one from my memory. His hair was shorter. His shoulders broader. Even his posture, unfamiliar. How did I not notice? Or maybe, I didn't want to. I tried to piece the evening together. My thoughts were scattered. Snippets of conversation, gestures, quiet moments, they returned, but with a different tone. As if someone had rewritten the memory with a lighter, more deceptive hand. I kept asking myself, who was that man? Why did I let him get so close? And most haunting, why did I believe he was someone else? No answers came. Only the heavy silence of realization. A dream too vivid, too convincing. One where I didn't recognize a stranger. Or didn't try to. The train stopped. I stepped onto the platform without looking back. Only one thought echoed in my mind: boundaries exist for a reason. Not to be erased, but remembered. Tell me in the comments what you think about this story. Have you ever experienced a moment when everything seemed one way, but turned out completely different? Your thoughts and experiences mean the world to me. I truly value every one of you who stays until the very end. If you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe and leave a like so you don't miss the next thrilling story. Wishing you a calm but meaningful day. And if you made it all the way through, comment, boundaries are thinner than they seem.